Hello, it's me, and I've got a box to unbox, but I've got a question that I get many times. What makes a designer particularly esteemed in my view? And the answer to that question is it's somebody who takes such care in their craftsmanship. They design puzzles that are so good with stability that it just puts them heads and shoulders above anybody else. And one of those designers is Raphael. So if you ever have an opportunity to get anything from Raphael, if you're a puzzle aficionado, you got to jump on it, and that's what's in this box. So what you're about to see is exactly why it is I hold Raphael in such great esteem. Even if they're puzzles that don't quite belong with my collection, just the craftsmanship and the beauty of the puzzle. So this is Puzzles by Raphael, and I think we're going to be in for one heck of a treat. So let's get this thing open as quickly as possible so we can get to the wonderfulness inside, so that you can see what it is about Raphael that just is so appealing to any puzzle collector. So he's good at both over-the-top puzzles and, oh good, stickers. I'll be using those, more on those later, and some interesting fabrics. Okay, so I'm gonna come out with, I think, try to find the smallest one here. I bought a couple, so you can see this is pretty small. Now, Raphael was very good with octahedrons, ghost puzzles. He was very good with pentultimate puzzles. So let's see if we have a variation of those. You can see by the shade we're dealing with a ghost. Now this is just an unboxing. Demonstrations usually come after this. Put this down here. So what do we have? What do we have? Oh, wrapped really nicely. So it's a cube. All right, so it's a ghost. But what kind of a ghost is this? It's exactly smooth moving as I expect from Raphael's work. And it doesn't take long before we start to get into the scramble. So as we go just off center, that's when we can start moving sides. But let's see what kind of a puzzle this is. So it is a ghost puzzle. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 sides, and it appears to not have a center. I mean, the center is buried deep. So it's corners only. So this appears to be a dodecahedral kind of a puzzle. 5 sides here. So this is actually a similar puzzle as this. This is a puzzle by Ben. And this is actually a well, it's a cubic modification of a kilominx. So this is a kilohexaminx actually. Kilohexaminx because it's made into a hexahedron, and you can see it's again one of my favorite mods. But this is corners only 2-layer dodecahedron, but made into a cube. He took this and turned this into basically a cubic ghost kilominx. So it's not exactly like this. It actually, well, it's similar. But these are the same moves over here, although the pieces look very different. So this is a kilominx made into a cube, made into a ghost. And let's see how many directions. So although it's a fairly simple looking puzzle, you can see how once you get scrambled, how the heck are you going to solve the sides? This dip over here is going to make it a little difficult. So some of these sides actually turn, well, interesting. So this turns, and this turns, without being in a ghostly form. And that's it. Well, no. So how many turn without ghostly form? Turn, turn, this turns over here. And then that's it. So I've got 4 pieces that are solved as sides should be solved. The rest is off center. So now that I've gotten it off center, now this turns. So this is a side. So although this looks like it might be fairly straightforward, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think this is going to be very challenging, and as a matter of fact, that I actually scramble it a little bit would surprise me. Let's see if I can get it back. Okay, yeah, so I do have it back, but even when I'm about to turn it in, you can see how confusing this is. So do not underestimate this. This is a ghost kilominx, and you can see it's very flat on all sides. This is what you have to return it to. So more on this later. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, so let's look at this handsome guy over here. And let's see if we can make heads or tails out of this. So continuing to through here. So as we up the ante in structure and function, here we have a fascinating guy. This is, I believe it's called the Professor Octa. So this is much like a Professor Pyraminx. It has the same sort of tapered cuts, but it's an Octa, but it's the Professor version of that. Does it have trivial tips? Oh, it does. I love it when he keeps it pure. So this turns over here, and I think it's solved just like a Professor Pyraminx, or very similar to that. So I guess you can look at this as kind of like a 5x5 without edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or more like a 7x7. Anyway, so I'm going to analyze this, but this will probably look really cool when it's all scrambled. So let's check all the sides here. Yeah, Raphael's work loves to scramble, loves to move, loves to be just mixed up, played with, and enjoyed. Okay, so now for what is the pièce de résistance, the thing that really got my attention, and this is the one that is really making me excited to try. You're hearing explosions out there. I believe they're fireworks. That's what we do around Michigan. That's what we do in the summer. Do a lot of fireworks. So anyway, this is a awesome puzzle to behold. Okay, the Elite Icosahmate. So this is a wonder to behold. Let's see how it moves. See what faces we're moving from. So it's a very complex looking puzzle. Let's see, how do you want to move? Do you want to move here? You seem to be a little rigid here, but maybe I'm doing it all wrong. So does it move by the face? No. Does it move by the corners? No. Does it move by the edge? No. How do you move? Maybe I'm missing something. How does this guy move? Aha, okay. So it does move across here. It was a little rigid, more so than I'm used to. So I'm to understand this moves too. Well, let's see. So this moves here. This moves here. And this moves here. Do these move too? No, I don't think so. I think these are the axes by which they move. So in many ways, it's kind of like a pentultimate. So if I grab these corners here, that's how it moves. Okay. So now that I know that, I'm not going to try to make it do moves it can't do, like this. It's all these are slice moves. So if I just grab corners and move it, yeah, it looks like we're bowing a little bit over here. Okay, well, I'm going to play around with this, but this is the Elite Icosahmate. So there it is, some more absolute gems. Let's get this out of the shadow here. Absolute gems from Raphael. I think this is going to be a lot harder than it looks. Even if you can solve a Kilominx, this adds that blend of perspective bending. This will be a fun alternative to Professor Pyraminx. And this is just going to be an absolute beauty. So this is where Raphael does his real talent, which is turning a puzzle into a work of art, which shows that this is more than just a hobby. This is serious creation. This is serious artistry. So I'm going to come back with more demonstrations and solves of these. And as always, Raphael, keep it up. What can I say? You make life so good for people like me. And thanks for watching.